by design. We talking health and talking fitness, talking life and talking nutrition. Way more than looks and aesthetics. Gotta tune in and don't miss it. Hey, go, gotta go harder, taking it higher, bringing that info here to inspire. Chugging out fitness, bringing that fire. Hey, go.
Let's go. Welcome to Unstoppable by Design, where we talk all things fitness, mindset, and what it means to truly be unstoppable inside and outside the gym. I'm Matt Terry, and today we're shining the spotlight on parents, especially moms, who juggle calendars, carpools, and careers while still chasing PRs. Joining me is our operations manager and resident supermom, Sara Fogg. Sara, how are you?
I'm good, thanks.
She helps coordinate a bustling gym, a busy household, and still finds time to slam a barbell. If you've ever wondered how to squeeze training into a jam-packed day or why it matters that your kids watch you do hard things, this episode is your playbook. Grab a coffee, maybe a juice box for the little one riding shotgun, and let's dive in. So Sara, paint us a day in the life. What does a typical Wednesday look like in the Fogg household?
Oh, it's great chaos. A typical Wednesday in the Fogg household is pretty busy from start to finish. Always start with the coffee. You just have to do that. Coffee and a snuggle with one or both of the kids. Then that's when it all begins. It's time to get dressed, pack the lunchbox, and then we're off. We usually get to gymnastics by 9. Come into the gym, have a meeting at 10:45, usually followed by a continuing education call at noon. I try to squeeze in a quick workout at 1, and then I go home to work remotely around 2:30. Dinner's on the table by 5:30. We usually try and do a after dinner walk with the family. Then it's tubs and bed for the kids. It's a full day, but totally worth it. Yeah.
That's awesome. You said you start the day with coffee.
Oh, yeah.
How do you take your coffee?
Oh, my gosh. The best way. With honey and cream.
I don't think I've tried with honey before.
What?
Let's
Matt,
go.
You're missing out.
All right. When did fitness shift from a nice to have to non-negotiable for you as a mom?
When it started to affect my mental health. After I had my son, it really affected me in a bad way. I wasn't really prepared for the identity shift that came with being a mom and the ego kick that also came with
That's
like
fair.
trying to go to the gym and not being able to move my body in the same way. So I wasn't ready for that. By the time I had my daughter, I had learned a lot, but the experience was still pretty humbling. I had more patience with myself the second time around, but every day was definitely a mixed bag. My OBGYN, after I had my daughter and I had like a pretty serious talk with her about what I was struggling with mentally, she actually was like, go back to group classes, like stop working out by yourself. And like, I know she knew I was trying to like be more careful and mindful of my limitations and like rebuilding my core. And she's like, I don't care, go back to classes, like just do it. So that's when I realized it was being connected with my community and people was like a non-negotiable. Yeah.
I think that's powerful. It's great advice from your OBGYN.
Yeah.
And I think probably a lot of parents find themselves in those shoes. So I think it's great that you shared that.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's your go-to strategy for carving out workout time when the calendar explodes?
Oh, you just got to go for a walk. Yeah. Even if it's 5 or 10 minutes, it's like always better than nothing. It's something I can do with the kids. It helps get their wiggles out. And then it also gives me like a mental reset. It helps me sort through things that actually matter, like what's important, what's a win, those sort of things. And yeah, it helps you slow down when life is moving too fast.
Gets the body in motion.
Yeah.
Morning workouts versus lunch break lifts. How do you choose which to do?
Ooh, I try not to get too rigid about it. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, you got to be flexible,
Yeah.
especially with the calendar and the kids. The best time is the one that fits. So as long as you get it done, sometimes it's trial and error, but yeah.
I like that. You said the best time is the one that fits.
Yep.
Do you have any hacks for turning kids' activities into parent workout windows?
Ooh, yes. So when my kids have gymnastics, I've actually gone for walks with like the group of moms whose kids are also in gymnastics. So having those little windows where you can be social and get some movement in, even if it's for an hour, it's a great way to get to know people, and doing it that way, get a little workout in for sure.
Yeah, and you kind of build a community almost. In that way.
Yeah.
How have your kids reacted to seeing you train? Any memorable comments or copycat moments?
I have a lot of really great ones. So my kids have been coming to the gym since the womb. So the gym is such a normal part of their lives. But I think my favorite copycat moment is when my son, we have a gym in our basement and we've got the whiteboard, the whole thing. He had some scribbles on it and he was coaching my daughter who could not even walk yet and myself through a workout. So his little cute way, he said burpees and he would demo it. And I think that it was just like the cutest copycat moment. He was showing us toes to bar and all of this stuff. And like, I'm not on the coaching floor. And if I am, they're definitely not seeing me. So I think that that's such a special moment because he's watching everybody else, right? Like he's watching the community around us and like the other coaches and he's learning from them and he's actually copycatting them as leaders. And I think that's pretty special. And I think that's so cool.
That's awesome. Do you notice any differences in, their confidence or activity levels because the gym is normal at home?
Yes, I think my kids are very, very confident with their bodies and not in terms of how they look, but what they can do. Sometimes a little too confident in the things that they can jump on and climb. But their gross motor skills are really strong because they trust their bodies and they see other people trusting their bodies as well. Yeah.
It's awesome. So a good amount of confidence.
Yeah.
Been there. What message do you hope they absorb every time they watch you do a hard set?
I hope that they absorb the message that you can do hard things. My son will sometimes ask me if I won the workout, and I'm honest with him. And sometimes I do tell him the workout wins, but it's still good. I want them to see that it's not about crushing every workout. It's just about showing up and pushing through and being okay with the struggle. I think that's powerful for our kids to witness both victory and like a little vulnerability. So knowing how to overcome hard things doesn't always look perfect, but it is worth it. And you just keep trying anyways.
Yeah. I mean, when they watch you just coming in here, doing hard things day after day, it's kind of the mindset they develop.
Yep.
How does training today connect to your vision of being active with grandkids decades from now?
Ooh, I hope it helps me keep up. My vision for the future includes a home where my kids and grandkids want to come back to. So it's like a lot of laughter and activity and togetherness. And I want to be able to play with them and just not watch from the sidelines. So whether it's running around the yard or going on hikes or maybe like adventuring and travel, I just want to be able to be fully present and enjoy those moments with them. So training now is my way of investing in that future.
Yeah, it helps not just with like physical ability, but our internals, like our wellness overall.
Yeah.
Sleep and recovery get tricky for parents. What's your minimum effective dose routine?
Well, first of all, I'm not going to tell anyone to sleep when the baby sleeps because I've never been able to do that. I celebrate anyone who can. For me, the most effective routine was just simply going to bed early. It's not glamorous, but there was a stretch of time where I was in bed at 8, like right after the kids go down. That's the only way I could get a solid like 6.5 hours of sleep because I was still waking up a lot with the kids, and I still do to this day. So prioritizing the recovery however I can, even if it means like missing out on staying up late and getting that me time. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, do you ever feel mom guilt about taking an hour for yourself? And for somebody out there, like, how do you reframe it?
I do all the time. Yeah, I still feel guilty when I take that hour to myself, especially when my kids want to come too. Oh man, I just love that. But my husband will literally push me out the door and remind me that it's okay. I have to reframe it not as something I deserve, but something that's necessary. When I take that time, I become more present and patient and more like the mom that I want to be. So reminding myself that it's not selfish. It's just part of showing up well for my family.
And it sounds like your family shows up well for you too. You said he pushes you out the door.
Yeah, he knows when I need it. Yeah.
That is awesome. Now, what internal dialogue gets you out the door on days that motivation tanks?
It's so simple, but it works every time. I just tell myself that I'll feel better after the workout. That little phrase always gives me a moment to pause and take a deep breath. And it's always true. I always feel better when I'm done.
It's so true. Even mid-workout, you could be like the middle of a thruster
Yeah.
and be like, this is terrible.
Yeah.
But then know you're going to feel better after.
Right. Like I've only got 2 left and then I'm done. Like
Yeah, just 2 more. All right. What are the best kid-friendly gym distractions? Are they stickers, timers, or mini workouts?
I'm always trying something new with the kids while I do a workout, and I feel like I've tried them all. You're such a witness to all of my creations. So I've done like movie time. So I've like set up the couch and gotten special like popcorn containers at the dollar store, and then I set them up and make it special so they can have their little containers of popcorn and watch a movie. I've done finger paints, which is so risky, but it was super fun. I've done small obstacle courses or like made a slide. Depending on the day is going, I'll set up a mini like mimic workout so they can hop in as they want, because their attention span isn't always there for a full workout, but they will hop in and hop out as they wish. That one's always great. Such a good bonding experience.
What about nutrition? The nutrition on the fly. We got, well, what's your favorite 3-minute kid-approved protein snack?
Beef sticks.
Now, is this similar to chopsticks?
I don't know. It's less than a minute to grab one, and my daughter would live off them if she could. If I could exclusively give her those beef sticks, she would be the happiest girl in the whole entire world. Yeah.
That's awesome. How do wearables or tracking apps help you stay consistent amid the chaos?
I actually recently started wearing a screenless wearable. I like it so far. It's not distracting, which is nice because I'm not interested in getting like the notifications or things like that on the watches. But it gives me a little nudge to keep moving. And if you're somebody who needs an extra boost or guidance of how to make the most of your time, I would give one a try.
Yeah, sounds like it you found a way to still get that data without being absorbed in the notifications or stuff like that. Well, all right, we're here at the myth section, so rapid fire myth busting time. Myth number 1: good moms should spend every free minute with their kids.
This is false. It's important to make sure you have that time for you.
Yeah, what's that common saying, right? If you're like a coffee pot and you want to fill up everybody else's cup, you can't do that if you're empty yourself.
Yeah, exactly. You can't pour from an empty cup.
Yeah. Thank you. That was probably the shortest way to say that. Myth number 2: you can't get a meaningful workout in 30 minutes or less.
That's also false. Talk to everyone who takes Express.
Truth. Or even some of our personal training options.
Right.
You get a crazy workout in 30 minutes. All right. Myth number 3: strength training is risky for women after having children.
The truth is, if you train properly, it is absolutely not risky. But there are some specific guidelines and precautions to follow during that early postpartum period. With the right approach, light training can be incredibly beneficial for recovery and long-term health.
Boom. Nailed it.
Yep.
How important is gym community for parents who are trying to stay consistent?
It's so important. They're here to support you with all the ebbs and flows that come with parenthood.
Love that. What advice would you give a mom listening right now who thinks I'm too busy to start?
To any mom who's listening and feels like they're too busy to start, I would say that I get it. But you will be busy for a long time. There's always just going to be something to do, but my advice would be to pause and take that hour for you, even if it means your kids are crawling all over you while you're trying to hold a plank. And I am speaking from experience.
I've seen it.
Matt's a witness. Consistency counts. So the more you stick with it, the better you feel. And then you're also showing your kids that what you're taking care of yourself looks like. Plus finding a community that's ready to support you and keep you motivated makes all the difference.
Boom. Solid advice. All right. Do you have anything to add?
I think we covered a lot.
We're good.
Yeah.
All right. Unstoppable challenge this week. Schedule one non-negotiable workout. Write it in ink. Set a calendar alert. Tell the kids. Tell your partner. Make it happen. Show your family what committed self-care looks like. Remember, every time your child sees you chase a harder rep, they learn resilience by osmosis. You're unstoppable by design. Ready for a coach-guided plan that fits your family's rhythm? Head to juggernaut-fitness.com and book a free get-to-know-you session. We'll tailor a roadmap that makes fitness work for your life. Hit follow, drop a quick review if today's chat sparked an idea, and keep notifications on. New shows land every Tuesday. Next episode, Sarah's back to dive into how community support supercharges consistency and fun. Until then, be well, be unstoppable.
Now's the moment.